All right, before I dive into it, I want to come clean. I have not spent $455,000 on ads over the last few months. In fact, I have spent over $700,000 over the last few months on Facebook ads alone. I want to walk you through the 5 secrets I wish I knew when I first started off, and the last one will actually shock you. The first one, and this is something I had to realize very late, is that your campaign structure does not matter. It does not matter whether you do an ABO campaign or a CBO campaign or an Advantage Plus campaign. This is the last thing that you have to worry about as an advertiser. The first thing that you have to worry about and the first thing that you put your attention on is, you get it, your creatives. This is by far the most important part. And if you've been in e-commerce for a while, especially the last few years, you've heard this, over and over again. You say that for a reason, and the reason why I say it is because I had to realize it the hard way. Is that I was obsessing over ABO, CBO, cost caps, this, that for the longest time. What I realized is that there's only 3 pillars with dropshipping. The first pillar is understanding who's actually buying from you. So first you have to understand the demand, right? So are people actually who are buying, have they been buying for a while? Have they been buying that exact product for a while? That's one of the most important criteria I look at before I dive into any store that I want to start, right? Is the product already selling well? I don't bring anything new to the market. I take what's already working, what's already making money for someone else, and I add my own twist to it. I add my own, offer to it. I do a better creative. I do better customer support. I do something better than my competitor, and that's how I win. Right? This is exactly what you want to focus on. So it's your demand plus your website and then your creatives. This is the winning formula for dropshipping, right? And I want to dive a little bit deeper into that as we go as well. But that's one of the most important lessons that you'll have to learn as an advertiser or as someone who's getting into e-commerce, is that you cannot just steal people's content 24/7. Stop obsessing over the campaign structure. Stop obsessing over things that do not matter. What matters is your website, your product, and more importantly, your creatives that actually packages that offer together in front of your customer. You have to make your creative enticing enough to get the click. The goal of the creative is not to get a sale. The goal of the creative to actually get people on your website. If you sell in your creatives, people are not going to stick around. But if you sell the click in your creatives, then people are going to stick around. Now, how do you sell the click? You have an extremely good offer. You have an extremely good before and after statement that, hey, this was me before using this product, and this is me after using this product, and here's why you should buy it today. And this is how you get the click. So you'll be focusing on getting the click and not making the sale on your ad. The job of your ad is to get the click, but the job of your website, your sales page, is to get the sale. The next thing that you want to actually go ahead and focus on, I'm going to make this very quick and straight to the point as well. The next thing that you want to focus a lot of your time and attention on is to actually make sure you acquire customers once and you sell to them again and again. Your LTV to CAC ratio. Your LTV is your lifetime value. How long is a customer going to stay with you? Or more importantly, how much money are they going to spend with you throughout the entire course of them staying with you? And your CAC, which is your customer acquisition cost, which is how much are you spending to actually acquire that customer. If this ratio makes sense, your business makes sense. So you have to make sure that you're actually focusing a lot on these 2 metrics. So first things first, you have to make sure you actually acquire customers once and you sell to them again and again. I'm going to give you a couple examples for this. So first things first, you have to go ahead and focus on selling stuff that either solves a problem, has an insecurity it solves, or something that customers can buy again and again. It could be supplements, it could be absolutely anything under the sun that is replenishable. If you're selling something that gets over, customers will come back to you as long as your product is actually good. Next thing you want to focus on is, if I cannot do that, can I make my offer so good that customers buy in bundles, right? So I'm going to give you an example for this, which is one of the products that I have had one of my clients actually go ahead and sell. So you can get a better understanding. Now, this is one of the products that we've actually gone ahead and scaled with one of our clients that has done multiple, I think at this point, 5 and even $10,000 days. And I'm just giving it to you. Why? Because I want to make sure I give as much value as possible away so that you can buy it from me. Simple as that. I'm being as honest as possible because this is what the e-commerce community is lacking. And again, I work with people one-on-one myself. So if you're interested, let's DM me. But again, let's dive straight into it. So these are magic sofa covers. Now, why is this a great product? And why do I like these type of products a lot? Now, you would tell me that, okay, this is not something that customers will buy again and again. But think about it this way. Customers don't just need one of these sofa covers. They sell one for $20, but they sell a pack of 5, 10, 15. Sometimes people have an office complex. They buy for the entire office, right? So think about it that way. So if your product can be upsold as a bundle, or more importantly, if they need the entire sofa, think about how much this entire thing will be. The order will be massive. If someone's buying this product, people are not just buying one of them. They're buying multiple versions of them, right? So this is what you want to be focusing on, or these type of products. Now, obviously, I would not recommend running this product right now. It's already been scaled. It's already been in the market for a long time. I'm just giving you an example here, right? So coming back to handy dandy whiteboard, is that you want to acquire customers once and sell to them again and again. If you can sell subscriptions, if you can sell stuff that customers will never stop buying, your business will never stop growing. So that's extremely important. Now, the next point is going to surprise a lot of you. And this is something that I really advocate for. This is something that I would focus a lot of my time and attention doing, is copy, right? Now, from school, we've been taught this notion that copying is bad. That, hey, why do you want to copy from someone else? But one of the smartest things you can do, and from what I've learned, is copy winning ads, copy winning structures, copy winning campaigns, copy as much stuff as you can from someone who's already doing well. It doesn't make sense as someone who's just getting started to try and figure everything out yourself. That's the most stupid thing you can actually go ahead and do. I'll tell you why. Because you will make mistakes. You will waste money on things that you don't even know work. Whereas what you can do is you can use that money wisely to actually copy something from someone who already knows what they're talking about, right? This is the most no-brainer thing anyone can tell you, but people actually don't focus on this. They try and figure everything out themselves. And if you try to half-ass e-commerce, you're never going to get to where you want to get to. If you half-ass start in this, it will never work. And that doesn't mean that you wait for that perfect time. People who wait for that perfect time actually never even start. But that's a whole different tangent I want to get on that. But my point is copy, right? Really copy what's working, copy what someone else is doing well with, and try to apply that in your own store, right? Now, this is a concept that I have really benefited from, is copy winning offers. See what someone else is doing well with, doing a buy one, get one free offer. Okay, cool. Can I do that for my product? If they're doing buy one plus get free gift offers, can I do it for my product? How can I package my offer in a way where I can do something similar, right? So that's extremely important to understand as well. The fourth concept that I had to realize is that understand customer avatar. Now, you would tell me that, hey, I've heard this so many times. It's such a basic point, but actually think about it. If you don't understand your customer on a deeper level, can you make ads for them? Now, this is assuming you've already found a winning product. If you've not found a winning product yet, then by all means, test a bunch of products out in my hybrid store format that I've gone over previously, right? If you want to go over what that format is, follow my other videos, watch my other videos, watch my other content, or probably even DM me, right? So understand your customer avatar. What I mean by that is understand who you are selling to. If you don't know your goal, you can never get to it. So you have to make sure you understand who your target customer is, who are they, what do they want, what are they afraid of, and your ads should actually speak to that person. If I am going ahead and selling pimple patches for whatever reason, I will never do that. But if I am doing that, okay, now I understand, okay, my target customers are probably teenagers or probably Gen Z, right? They get pimples, they want to get rid of pimples. Simple as that. They want to not feel uh, they don't want to feel insecure. So that's what they want. They're afraid of people judging them. They're afraid of looking bad. So in my ads, I will make my ads in this exact formula, right? And your ad should actually speak to that target customer. This is super important. And the last point here, and you'll be surprised, I don't ramble, I don't talk too much about this stuff. I just get straight to the point. So if you appreciate these type of videos, just go ahead and drop in a like. These are completely raw, no cuts, nothing, and it's just straight value. I wish I had this when I was starting out. So the next point is, if a fourth grader can't understand what your product does, it will never scale. I have seen so many people actually go, this is funny because they sell the most random stuff. They sell this technology, they sell that new product. No, that's not what you want to go ahead and do. Sell simple stuff. Sell stuff that even a fourth grader can understand what it actually does or how it helps the person. If I am selling a back pain relief product, right? If that's my product, I know that a fourth grader can understand what the product actually does. But if I'm selling this revolutionary phone case that people have never seen before, sure they understand what it does, or sure they understand what it is, but they would be like, okay, who needs this, right? So my point is, I probably should illustrate this in a better way, is that dumb down your store, dumb down your offer, dumb down every part of your funnel. If you have complex words you use, right? What happens is when you use complex words, sure, it may sound smart to you, but to the average person who's reading it, most people, you'll be surprised, read at a third grader reading level. So if you don't dumb it down, if you use crazy words that people have never heard of before, they will not buy, right? So you have to speak to the customer in their language. And that's my 5 secrets, which I wish I knew when I was first starting off.